Hello. We're in New Mexico.
Santa Fe.
We're in Santa Fe. We did
What the whole trip was based on.
what the whole trip was based on, which was Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Of Meow Wolf?
Anything you want.
I mean, doing that sky coaster was pretty rad.
Yeah.
And that whole experience was fun. The Royal Gorge was fun in general because it was just so fast. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of this trip has been not quite this.
Yeah,
but it's
but
like,
kinda.
enjoy the sweetest part of the thing. All right, moving on. You know,
Totally.
It's not like we haven't had a lot of moments to savor a thing,
Definitely not.
which I actually kind of like.
Oh.
So the Royal Gorge is like, we didn't stay there for 4 hours and get bored. It
Right.
was like we walked across the bridge. You got freaked out a little.
A little.
We went on the sky coaster.
I got freaked out a lot. The bridge was not for
We didn't.
me.
We didn't walk across the bridge together. I'll put it that way. Because
Yeah.
I'm like constantly looking over and like, oh wow, this is fun. And Kate
And I went-
just. No, you weren't even down. You just stiff as a board at it, and then just like.
Did I look
slowly-
weird as you were watching me? Like,
Yeah.
do you think
I mean,
people...
you looked very confident.
Did people think? Do you think people
Oh, yeah,
noticed
they were
that I was
telling you
scared?
stuff.
No,
Yeah.
shut up. No, they weren't.
Is that girl okay?
No.
Are you guys fighting?
I bonded with someone's grandma about it though. She was like, "I'm scared of heights," and I was like, "I'm a little scared
Oh,
of
yeah,
heights
that was
too." I was like, I really struggled. We watched a crap ton of 2.5 Men last night.
Well, we haven't even talked about Meow Wolf.
Oh, who? You don't
So
care
it was
about
Royal
that.
Gorge, and I mean the sky coaster really was pretty freaking cool, and I've only been on that like 3 times in my life, and mostly as a teenager, because all sky coasters are pretty much the same. So it was fun to go as an adult. Yeah. So that, I mean, because that really, I screamed involuntarily.
Yeah, I was
He kind of
guttural.
made fun of me about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Meow Wolf, we had a great drive where we kind of got to be calm.
I slept for a little bit.
More podcasts and stuff, and then it was freaking. We got here, with 10 minutes to spare. So we did a 3.5 hour car ride and made it within 10 minutes of when we were supposed to be here for our ticket time.
Yeah.
So that is how the trip has been.
Yes.
Very precision.
Yes, because it
I've
has
had,
not been stressful.
Right. I've
Like
had,
we've
20
been.
miles left on the Tesla, but then
Yeah.
okay, and after this we're gonna supercharge.
Yeah.
But like
We've been fine.
real close.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, how I like to live my life anyway.
Not me as much.
Sigh.
I like to chill a little bit.
Today is our chill day.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna go to a cafe that
It's already
Rage
been
said to go
very lax. It's
to.
already 11.
Oh yeah, thank God. I needed
We
one of
slept
these.
in and or have recovery time.
Now this is how I like to do travel.
Stay in hotels.
When
I'm leaving this with you.
okay. When I went to California with my best friends in college, our first day we like stayed in a hotel and slept in until like noon, maybe later, watching just like whatever's on TV, like Tosh.0 or something, and the 4 of us just like laid in bed and watched TV. And I'm like, yeah, now we'll go to dinner.
Yes.
I'm like, we'll lay in bed all day and then we'll
Wait,
go.
why did we come all the way to California?
And then we'll get super dressed up and go to the beach, get sunburnt, and go to dinner. And then we'll go back to the hotel and share the small little bottle of aloe that the hotel provided. It's one of my favorite memories. I'm actually serious.
Meow Wolf.
Oh,
We still haven't talked.
we're gonna blue ball him the whole vlog and never
Yeah.
talk about it. And then I won't even put the footage in.
That would be very funny. What was your favorite thing? We kind of talked about that last night of Meow Wolf. You really loved that closet.
Oh,
You
in
lit up
general.
like a little kid when you went back through that closet.
In general, I really like fake houses. I like show homes. I know show homes are real houses, but like I like show homes. I like going to office stores. I would probably love IKEA. I like crap like that for some reason. Like a house inside a building is just like so cool. So I liked that it was like a house. And then the idea of like you go through a closet and then it goes into a thing, or you go into the fridge, or you go into the fireplace. I freaking love that. When I was little, my dad and I would always talk about having like secret passageways and like secret bookshelves and stuff. So I just like stuff like that. I think it's cool. And then I like that it was like everybody's dream, sort of. I didn't finish reading all of the stuff from the QR codes, but I started to, just because I felt like this pressure to get through it faster. I wish I had like 4 hours to like every time you scan a QR code, you get to sit and like read it.
Oh yeah.
That would have been nice, but I felt pressure because it's like there were people and I felt like I was in the way.
And I didn't know how much time we were supposed to have. And then like at the end of the tour person giving you the spiel on how to do stuff, and they're like, yep, so enjoy all you can in an hour and a half. And I like 5 minutes before told you like, I'm fine if we stay here for 3 hours.
Right.
And we, like, up until it closing, we even went back through on accident after it was closed.
Yeah, because we were like, it's still open.
Hey, no, we're kicking everyone out.
Yeah.
So we didn't even do the fridge thing.
No.
And the fridge thing is that's what Rach and I bonded over, because we were like, you open the refrigerator and you step through, and that's the one thing that I knew about that I didn't do, which...
We did go to the bathroom though. Rachel told me to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And that was cool.
It was cool. And we had our little 3D glasses.
I loved I
liked that bus too.
There's like a tent, like a geodesic dome, and you go inside and there's stars on the outside of the dome, and you kind of have to like duck in, and it's like grass. They did that a lot, of like a different material that looks like something familiar. So I don't even know if it was artificial grass or just like green tall carpet. And then they had pillows everywhere. So you were supposed to sit inside and hang out, and then when you look up, there's a bunch of eyeballs, like pretty big eyeballs. And I just loved what I assumed the artist was communicating, of like, you walk in, it's supposed to feel like you're going into the night sky, and then you look up on cozy grass. And so now, for a long time, every time I look at the stars, I'm gonna picture those eyeballs up there looking back, which is like creepy and fun.
I have an irrational fear of Madame Tussauds, and when we first walked in, I didn't tell you this, but I was like, uh-oh, am I gonna struggle here in the same way that I struggled at Madame Tussauds? It like lit up the same part of my brain for just a second, where people coming out from stuff freaked me out really bad, where I was like, oh, like where I felt uncomfortable, where like everywhere I turned, I'm like, oh, there could be like a person in there. But I got over it and I got through it, where Madame Tussauds, I did not get through it.
I have to load.
Okay, no, I'm gonna...
We're a little bit past time.
Okay, bye, I'm gonna do it once through. Bye. Here we are outside a beautiful park, beautiful church, just ate a beautiful breakfast, and we're hurting so bad. My calves are dying, so are Alex's. And we were supposed to do the sand dunes today, but we're both like, there's no way. There's no way.
Why did we start the trip at the incline?
Yeah, the dumbest way to start a trip ever.
Wolf and then climb the dunes?
Yeah, we're miserable. And then we were trying to like rub each other's muscles last night, and I think we made it worse.
Yeah.
It feels worse today. The worst that it's ever felt.
You might have actually made me cry last night.
I know, it scared me. You were
felt
so
like
upset.
I was on the verge.
Yeah,
it
freaked me out. Story time, I almost died. Just kidding.
I mean, maybe.
Well, it was more like everything just really worked out because New Mexico is magic. We went to this place that my friend Rach recommended, and it was awesome. The food was so good, everyone was so nice. It was a cool environment. But we both ordered smothered burritos, but he ordered like a veggie breakfast burrito with eggs, and I ordered a beef and bean burrito, and they looked almost identical, and he switched our plates, and I had taken probably 4 bites of my burrito and was thinking like, God, there's so much like extra stuff in this, more than I was expecting. I'm like, that looks like for sure like an onion, that for sure looks like red bell peppers, that's like maybe an olive. Like I was like, there's a lot of stuff in here that was not on the menu that I'm surprised about, but I kind of was like, oh well, you know, I'm not gonna complain. And so I just kept eating it, and then it was like, but I was kind of pushing some of the stuff I didn't like away, and then all of a sudden Alex goes, hey, what is that? And I was like, what? And he like points to my plate, and there's like a little thing on there, and I was like, I don't know.
A little foamy blob.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Because I was like, maybe a weird piece of tortilla. Like, I just didn't know. And he was like, I think.
Girl doesn't even know what eggs look like.
How am I supposed to know what eggs look like? Haven't you seen eggs? I mean, I guess, but like, I don't really know. And he was like, I think that's an egg. And I was like, no way. Because I'd taken 4 bites. And I always like my first 2 to 3 bites of something, I like wait for a really long time after I bite it. I like bite it, chew it, swallow it, pause for a long time, like 30 seconds to a minute, take another bite, wait 30 seconds to a minute. And then 3rd, I'm slow. 4th, I'm slow. And then I start eating normally. Just in case. But yeah, my next bite would have been an egg, and Alex like saved my life.
You.
Yeah, and then he gently admonished and was like, hey, you switched our plates, like just be careful. Luckily this is like,
Admonish?
yeah,
Is that negative?
yeah.
Yeah.
You scolded him.
Yeah, it was a chastise.
But I said it, just because you were nice, but because you weren't like, hey, what the heck, dude? She could have died. You're killing her. You know, you could have been like way mean.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Because I got freaked out when you stood up and put your mask on. I was like, I'm so embarrassed. And nothing happened. I'm like, fine. But he was just like, hey, dude, you gotta be careful. You
Pay
switched our
attention.
plates. And this is luckily one of her like less severe allergies, but like she could have died. Someone can die. People can die. So, please don't. So just like careful. And it's fine. And she's gonna be fine. And then he was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, that's okay. And it's not okay, but what am I gonna say? I was like, that's okay. And then
it's not your fault, except it totally is, and totally could have been prevented.
I'm worried about him now because he's very nice, and I'm like, oh god. And he never came back to our table, and like his dad or like, you know, an old
some other guy,
some old man who worked there came up and kept patting us on the back. And then like,
hope everything's okay.
You don't have to leave, but here's your check. Get out.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's totally fine, and if anything, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
A miracle.
God's plan. By the grace of God, I live another day.
Yeah.
And Alex finally understands why I am the way I am, because he's like...
I always understand, I just forget.
Well, because he'll be like, are you serious, Katie? You want to eat at a chain restaurant?
I judge Katie, because we go on a trip, and it's like, where do you want to eat? And she goes, how about that Wendy's? And I'm like, where?
Yeah, he's like...
We're traveling, like this is when you go eat at a local restaurant and enjoy, you know, let's Rick Steves it.
Well, I'd rather eat like something from a chain restaurant and then go in and sit at a cool restaurant and enjoy the atmosphere, because I like the atmosphere of like a local restaurant. But that happens almost every time because they're family run. The training isn't the same.
It's just happened too many times. The
consistency can't be the same, and it happens every time I travel. Like I had a reaction in Paris, I had a reaction in Italy, and obviously there's a language barrier there.
But then just goes to show, there's not a language barrier.
Like,
we specified. You ordered something that doesn't even have eggs in it. You know, it wasn't even like, hey, can you substitute that out? It was like, nope.
Well, yeah, because then,
and they just gave you the wrong thing.
I did that earlier this week where I'm like, I substituted something out, and if I substituted eggs out, like I was like, just this without eggs. But then that, I'm like, that would be understandable if like it ends up in there. But with this, I was like, it was fine. But I mean, it wasn't. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine. I'm not sick. I'm still alive.
Still tip if that happens, and then just write a little note on the receipt.
No, we
like,
would never not tip.
He's probably stressed anyway.
And they were all really
great.
They
were nice, but it's like don't freaking do that. Don't do that. It's so easy to not do that. Just pay attention. If someone says, I have an allergy to blank.
And also, if you're someone who just doesn't like something and you say you have an allergy, stop it, because then they get taken less seriously because people assume that means, because I've been asked before where they're like, are you actually allergic or do you just not like that? And I'm like, I could die. What does this bird have? Bacon? Oh, bye. Bye, bacon bird. I think it was bacon. Dancing on water. Dude, he is a little monk bird.
Little monk bird.
Oh. Did they smell good?
They smell like perfume.
Oh.
Just sprayed perfume on them.
They're fake. Painting the roses red. Like that. I like these trees. Tree art. supposedly we're headed to the sand dunes right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm not seeing any sand. This is the Royal Gorge all over again.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. There was never any sand. What is it this time? Last time it was a gourd. It's just a bunch of copies of the movie Dune
Oh.
on VHS. Not even DVD.
Nice.
Can't even watch them. Or it is the sand. Or I mean, it is a DVD, and because of the sand, it's all scratched up, so they're unplayable. So
Sandy
people go,
Dune.
It's a sandy copy.
One single copy.
Sandy copy of the movie Dune.
Yeah.
It's totally unwatchable. That's it. We only have 92 miles left on our battery.
Yeah, we have a little bit of charge anxiety today.
Yes, we do.
And we're away from, we have now passed the point of being able to get back to any supercharger.
Yeah.
So, we already have a plan with our Airbnb hosts that we can charge there. But we also have to make it there.
Yeah.
And that might not even be fast enough of a charge to get us where we need to be
Yes.
in overnight in 12 hours.
Yeah.
So, we have a couple of backup plans, but either way I have an extension cord and the charger in the back. So like, in my mind, worst case scenario is that we meet a stranger or a business and have to say, hey, here's 20 bucks, can we hang out and charge for like a long time? There's even a thing on the screen, again, it shows how smart the technology is, but it was like, hey, do you have a plan for charging? Because you are about to approach being out of range of every available supercharger. And I just X'd it out and was like, I hope so.
So, fingers crossed.
Based on the rest of the trip so far, we are gonna make it by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
Not even that. Not the skin of our teeth. You know? Because we've been comfortable still the whole time.
Yeah.
But there definitely won't be any leftovers, you know?
Right.
We'll put it that way. It will be fine. We're gonna go do the Zapata Falls hike. So we're gonna go see a waterfall.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the dunes. And hopefully I'll be able to call the spa by then and ask them if I can charge there.
Yeah.
Because in that case, that still doesn't relieve all of my charge anxiety, but like certainly we will be fine if we make it there and can charge at an RV park.
Yeah.
Because they're built for that.
Yes.
So we shall see.
We'll see.
We're only 20 minutes away.
Yay!
What are you doing?
Vlogging.
Why?
We found a place to plug in.
And it didn't work the first time.
Didn't work the first time. We're feeling a little stressed out.
We're breaking the breaker.
Yeah, we're feeling a little bit stranded, and Alex is a little stressed, so we're chugging a beer, and then we're gonna get some food while this charges, and that makes you want to vomit. Stop. It'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Oh my god.
We have backup plans.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, we car camp plugged into the socket if we can.
If we don't get above 37, we have to do that.
That's fine. That's what we'll do.
No, we can make it. We can make it.
We're gonna be here for like
28.
4 hours, aren't we?
That's true too.
We're gonna be here for like 4 hours. It's gonna be fine. Okay, let's run
It's gonna be
inside.
fine.
It's raining.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. We're in this bar called The Greenhouse. Alex, show your beverage.
You can film me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it'll be me, and you're just gonna talk about me. Today's been kind of bad.
Yeah, really bad. No, not really bad.
It's
No,
fun.
we have good attitudes until 20 seconds ago.
I love you. You have the Katie has the best attitude of anyone I've ever met. All the time.
Thank you.
I'll be stressed, and I don't want to stress you out, but you're like, yeah, I think we're gonna make it.
I mean,
Because you have no other option.
Someone has to be positive.
Yeah, you just don't freak out. That's nice. You're a very calming presence.
Thank you.
Anyway, so we did Zapata Falls, and that went great.
Yeah.
But again, there's no superchargers where we are. Tesla put a supercharger in Alamosa, and this wouldn't happen. Yeah.
It's raining, pouring rain, as you can hear.
You see
Yeah.
rain
You can. I know it's loud. So as you can hear, but we're at this bar that's called the Greenhouse.
The whole point of coming here was that we were supposed to go to the sand dunes, get all sweaty and sandy,
Yeah.
and then we would finish the day coming here, which is like an oasis that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'd, soaked and it's warm and we get all the sand out.
But instead we
haven't even been to the dunes.
No,
It's
'cause we
pouring
couldn't
rain
make it.
And we can't even swim in the pools.
Yep.
So instead, we just came up to the
drinking-
bar.
yeah, we
were
can't
like,
even swim.
We don't care that we can't swim. Please
Just give us booze.
We might be
and
stranded.
quesadillas. But just to give you a little peek. It's huge and beautiful, and I don't want to show people swimming, but there's pools that you can probably see in the corner.
So it's the
Greenhouse.
We're in Hooper, which also, funny enough, hopefully we get footage, but it's right next to the UFO lookout station.
Yeah.
So again, it's like what three things are next
here.
to each other? It's the sand dunes, the lookout station,
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing in the alligator farm.
And the alligator
There's
farm.
nothing else.
Yeah.
For miles.
What a bizarre place.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm good this way before someone gets mad at me.
Yeah.
Hey, holy crap. We've had quite the day, but I wanted to show you this freaking Airbnb. It's owned by like the nicest two girls ever. And it's awesome and they're so organized, and I just gotta do an Airbnb tour. We're already loaded up with our crap, but here's the cute little bed, little fan, little couch, cute little coffee table with a guidebook and a guest book. Oh, I can't wait to read that. Then they've got all these cute books. They have dogs, they have sunscreen, they've got freaking games. Here's our bathroom. It's awesome. There's a privacy shield. Aww. Yeah, they've got an evening sky map so we can look at the stars. It's just cute as heck, dude. It's awesome. They got some spooky stories, which I will not be participating in because I don't need that. Had a nightmare my first night of this trip. Our little sink, little fridge, little microwave, little coffee, little tea, little heater, our freaking wedding colors. This is so cute and wholesome, and they're so nice. And when Alex gets back in here, I'll have him tell about the disaster day. Speak of the devil. I was just vlogging everything, and I just said as you walked in, when Alex walks in, I'll have him tell you about the disaster of the day.
What is today?
Yeah.
Well, you're catching me on quite the high. Because we made it and we're charging. If you would have vlogged me before we got to the spa even, that would have been bad.
I think we did vlog then and you were not good.
Yeah, I was not good. Oh yeah, because I chugged a beer.
Yeah, and you were like,
Remember?
what are you doing?
Oh, the achieving. They're very intentional, they're very organized, they're very sweet.
Yes.
This is very cool.
Yes.
I want to know who they are and how they got
I know, I want to be
I
friends
know
with
everything
them.
about them. Also, we are currently ending. We are a rove and hit 14.
That's pretty bad, dude.
Had we not charged at the spa, because that was 3 miles.
Oh, we
over
would have
the
been-
course of 3 hours.
We would have been screwed.
we would have got here like at 0 or failed on the drive here. Precision. So here's the fun part, right? We could have bailed on the trip like 2 or 3 times today.
Right.
And said, you know what? Screw it. Let's play it safe. Let's just go back to the supercharger and go to like Pueblo or Colorado Springs. We had several chances to do that. Every time we were like, you know what? I think we'll be able to make it. And communicate. If anything, that is the lesson of this trip.
Yeah.
Because we called ahead at the spa, even though it took us several times because the line was busy, which really messed me up.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you got tense every time I dialed and it said, call busy.
No, I'm very calm.
Dude, you probably tense. I was tense. If I'm tense, you're tense.
No, I'm very calm.
So, we eventually, after doing Zapata Falls.
I honestly just thought it was a wrong number. I was like, this isn't the right number.
Which, even being able to do Zapata Falls in that mindset of like, we might get stranded in this area, and being able to see a beautiful waterfall and go on that short, beautiful hike, that in itself is a miracle. But then, so eventually, after we did Zapata Falls, then I call them on the way back, and they're like, yeah, we might be able to make that work. And then we're on hold for like 15 minutes as we're driving there. And then they respond and are finally like, yeah, I'm gonna show you the charger when you get here. And then we get there, and they show us the charger, and it's some shitty outlet that's just on the side of the building that looks super old. And I plug into it, and immediately I keep popping the breaker, and we even get our hopes up because I'm like, oh, maybe it just, you know, is an old crappy outlet. So I keep hitting the reset button 3 times, and on the 3rd time, Katie goes, it says it's charging, and then I'm like, and then I hear click.
Yeah.
That means we're screwed. But then it didn't, because we knew that it was at an RV park. So then we drove around for hardly any time.
Yeah, we're like, you can plug in an RV.
We can pretty much go anywhere. We just didn't need to be connected to an exterior outlet that was probably connected to the kitchen. It was probably on the kitchen's breaker, which is probably why it was failing.
Right.
So we go to some outlet. Who even knows why it's there? It was like right next to their power line.
Yeah.
Whatever. We parked there very subtly, like, doop, plug that in, plug this in. But it only charged 3 miles an hour. But we were there for just over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Which I think in total it gave us more like 15 miles instead of 9.
Yeah, but still.
And it cost 30 miles to get to our B&B. So that made more than about half of the journey. Oh my God. And we thought, I was messaging our B&B person, and I was like, do you know what your power situation is like? Because we've had 2 outlets fail on this trip, and it's like really starting to freak me out. And they sent us a picture of their outlet, and they were like, nothing else is on this breaker that we know of. And sure enough.
It worked!
And well, so then we're walking out after
it didn't.
We're nice and tipsy from the greenhouse, or at least from before, because we were done drinking. And then getting out of the hot spring, you know, we had like a brief moment of like, we don't have to worry about anything. The car's charging. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, we were like, what is...
And then we walk outside, and then it's, okay, do we, sleep in the car on this campground that we haven't paid anything for, that we just have to assume no one is going to pay attention to the Tesla parked in the back.
Right.
And just charge at 3 miles an hour for 8 hours. And then drive to the nearest supercharger, which is 60 miles away.
Right.
Or B, do we go to the very cool and cozy Airbnb that we have already paid for, that we've already talked to the girls about staying, and spend extra power getting there, and it's gonna take 80 miles to get to the supercharger instead of 60. Do we do that, but risk that we get to charge overnight at something that's higher than 3 miles an hour, and be comfy, you know, all the... And so finally I was like, we just gotta risk it. I think we just have to risk it. It's on their house. It looks like it's GFCI. We gotta do it. And then we showed up with 14 miles to spare.
Yep.
Plugged it in. Probably 4 to 5 miles an hour, which is exactly what I was hoping for. We're at 15 right now. Yeah, 5 miles an hour, which is exactly what we need, because it's 11 o'clock right now, checkout's at 11, so we have 5 miles an hour times 12 hours equals 80 miles, which is exactly what we need to get to the supercharger, and we get to stay at the B&B that's super cool that we already
Although
paid for.
I hope we get a little bit more than 80 because
No,
Tesla...
we will. No, we will. Because Tesla's, if you have a Tesla, or if you know anyone who owns a Tesla, it's 10% off all the time.
Yep.
If you think your journey is going to take 90 miles, it's going to take 99.
Yeah.
And that's really going to screw you if you don't plan for that.
Yeah.
But it's always 10% off.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm going to drink some water and lay in bed.
I maybe have a snack.
Maybe have a snack.
And pee in this bucket.
And look at all this cool stuff.
I want to sign the guest book.
Because they are so cute.
We got to sign the guest book and read everything.
Loft at the Dunes in, where are we? Mosca?
Mosca?
Mosca? We'll tell you.
Anyway, I want to sign their guest book.
I'm exhausted.
I'm
Man, the
sunburned.
greenhouse was cool though.
It was awesome.
Also, we haven't even been to the dunes yet. And we're not gonna have enough energy, both ourselves and the vehicle, to even go to the dunes.
No. Honestly.
And Katie doesn't even want to.
I started writing a stand-up set about how I'd rather be probed by an alien than get sand in my vagina. So I started writing a stand-up thing about it in the car. I say like I've ever done stand-up, but it's really just a hodgepodge of random
You're
notes
gonna
that don't
do
make
stand-up.
sense.
You and your whole crew are gonna do stand-up.
No.
Get out of here.
Okay, goodbye. Leave me alone. Bye.